Hello everybody, Armor Studio NYC, and today we're going to be starting a brand new project. It's the Tamiya 135 Marder 3. This Tamiya Marder has been in my stash for quite a little bit, and we're going to try to doing the Normandy front, but a late war one, so we're going to have some foliage and all that other stuff. Wait. What do you mean I deleted half the footage? But why? Why did I do that? Oh. So what am I supposed to bring these fine people? Film what I got? Alright, well, let's try. So, yeah, I deleted half the footage of this build video. Now it's only a 10-minute video. I was planning on it to be about a 20-minute video. So, yeah, that's exciting. But those are the instructions. These are the paint schemes. We are going to do that top one there. These are some of the sprues. This is where I film what I have left. There were parts on this sprue, but not anymore. Let's see what else we got. There were some parts on this sprue, or actually a lot of parts. That piece probably went to that piece. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm so deep in the painting process at the time of this video. So this is how I cut out those pieces. Yeah, just like that. And then I glued them together and it became really great. But who am I kidding? I mean, this is the current state, or this is all I have left of the video. So I love just the one additional part onto the full tank already. Up to that part, I had actually filmed the road wheels and tracks, which were link and length. Obviously a lot of the hull construction, but I was able to salvage the gun build. And the gun was actually a pretty detailed part, because with this Marder, it does have an open compartment in the back for the crew, so you are able to see the gun. The gun is very detailed, as in typical Tamiya fashion, so that's pretty good. So I'm kind of glad I was able to at least save this, and I didn't delete all of the build footage, because then that would have been very catastrophic, and there would not have been a build video. So yeah, just join me on this journey while I'm trying to cope with the fact that I deleted half of the footage, and some of it was really good. A lot of that link and length stuff, it took a long time, but I felt like I had actually gotten down a pretty nice way of doing it, and ultimately it was deleted. No cloud, nothing. So it's gone, and let's just continue on with this build here. So this gun is fairly complex to put together, but I mean, Tamiya's instructions are very clean, and the parts do fit together fairly well. In one of the deleted footages, there was some of the plastic was warped from the sprue, and you could have seen it on the rail right there. It was a little warped, but thankfully we didn't have to do any major surgery, and just some Tamiya cement was able to really put it together. Almost every piece that you see here came separate, so all those pistons, all those springs, the dials, or those knobs, those were free off the sprue. Same thing with those supports there. So again, fairly complicated piece, but nothing that just some time and patience can't put together. So it was a very enjoyable build, and again, I wish I could have, as a piece falls off. This video, yeah. Well, I mean, I think most modelers will agree that not every model build is perfect, nor is every process, and in this case, the build was very good, but the recording process and rendering process did not go as planned. As I drop the gun there, I'm just all over the place in this video, apparently. But that is pretty much the main construction of the gun. Now this goes onto the front mantlet like that, and there's a whole bunch of other supports and rods that this goes attached to. So very, very detailed part, very crisp and clean, and just overall very, very good build quality, like in terms of molding. Very, very clear. So this is one of the sides. We drilled holes because we are going to do our little trick again. I will not be able to show the fully built Marder 3 because I did have to paint the compartment before I put the actual pieces together, so that will come in a later video. And one other aspect that we're going to incorporate in this one is we're actually going to use the figures that we have in the model. And next week we are going to go over figure painting, at least the best way that I know how. It's not perfect and it's not anywhere near expert level, but yeah, we're going to definitely go through that and have a good time building some of the crew here. There are 4 figures. And honestly, it would look pretty weird if the Marder was just kind of like unoccupied, knowing that in the box art there were figures. So wanted to build up these figures. Really, really nice. In terms of construction, these are, again, classic Tamiya. In terms of detail though, I feel like they could be a little better, especially with, you are able to buy aftermarket figures that are resin that just have supreme detail. Resin and 3D printed figures are just supreme detail, but these are actually pretty good. They have a lot of good folds, so you could see some of the contrast and shadows and highlights, which we'll see in the next episode, which I promise I did not delete any of that footage, so you could look forward to a full video next week. But pretty much this is just like putting together any other plastic part of the model. You just use some Tamiya cement, put the pieces in place, and it literally just goes together like Legos. This is going to be, I feel like, the highlight figure because he does have the round. So that's going to draw a lot of attention. We wanted to pay a lot of attention, so got rid of some of those nub marks right there, just like that. Made sure that all the parts were connecting properly, so to make it actually look like he was actually holding that round. But the round came separate from the arms, and the arms came separate from the body. So yeah, typically an issue you don't have to deal with when it comes to resin figures either, but we're working with what we got. And right now our man is a little bit headless, so we do need to give him his cabeza. Yes, just like that. Yeah, so I just did this 4 times with 4 different characters, and as you can see, like the clothing looks pretty good, but the face is where I'm a little concerned. Not a whole bunch of detail on the face, but I feel like in this scale, maybe the face doesn't need that much detail, honestly. Unless you get really up and close, you can't really tell. Especially in the Marder, when it's surrounded in the crew compartment, it's going to be a little difficult to really make out a lot of those facial details. So yeah, this is pretty much where the video ends, because I document, or I lay out all the pieces that are going to go on the model that I was unable to actually put on. As you can see, we did our little hook trick there. We made our little custom hooks. This was the final gun assembly with the viewports. Very, very nice piece. So yeah, guys, thank you for joining on this wild adventure of a build video. Next week, definitely I have all those videos saved, and next week we will look forward to a full video where we paint up this Marder 3 in a nice tri-camo, and we do some other paintings such as the figures and all that other stuff. So thank you guys for dropping by. If there's anything you guys would like to see on the channel, maybe a certain model tank, if I have it in my stash as my next one, I'll be glad to build it. Anyway, guys, this has been Armor Studio NYC. I'll catch you guys next week.